Everybody remember where we parked. It's Harmless Phosphorescence. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Thoreau Smiley, and back in the 60s, I was part of the free speech movement at Berkeley. I think I did a little too much LDS. Who's joining me this week?
No, I don't know. I'm Josh Cece, and Bob, this is tearing me apart.
Fucking Bob.
I'm Brian Lesh, and double dumbass on you too, sir.
I'm Alaric Weber, and your whale is pregnant. I'm sorry, I should not have said anything.
Yeah, that's like outing someone.
Yeah.
I told you yourself, right?
Who are you, Ellen?
You can't just assume a whale's pregnant. They're going to get mad at you.
Maybe it's just
Also, can we stop with the whale thing?
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Metaphorical whales, literal whales.
This is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's a deep dive movie podcast where we pick a theme or a series, we watch the movies, we gather some research into the production and the source material, and we tell you all about it. This show is brought to you by our patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith and young Mr. Atticus Burkett. You also can be a patron. Just go to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. We've got a lot of bonus content there. We just put up our most recent monthly movie, which was The Devil's Advocate.
Ooh-ah.
I put The Godfather on the other night just so I could fall asleep, but it's just like, what a different man.
Right? Yes.
What an entirely different vibe.
Even when
I keep putting Sin of a Woman on and being like, nope, I'm not ready.
No, fuck Son of a Woman. My hot take is Son of a Woman is a terrible movie. But
I haven't seen it since like 2004. So
Yeah, it's been a long
and
time.
it was terrible then.
No, but in The Godfather, even when he's angry, he's just like, never ask me about my business.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, people would complain, even critics and producers, like, he's so soft-spoken. He's hard to hear. He's hard, like, he has no energy.
And
now
now,
just like, it's like he got a blood transfusion with Robin Williams or something. It's just like, now you can't settle me down.
Yeah. He has to say something quiet, and it opens with
if Regis Philbin had gone to the actor's studio.
I
Regis.
see Oppenheimer.
It's Regis, man. Holy shit, it's Regis.
Oh, I could give a talk on Reg.
Oh, Regis was a fixture in my childhood.
Could you imagine?
Same.
Could you imagine if Kathy Lee had been out one week and Pacino had filled in for her at some point in the late 90s?
You know what I hate? Pain. Or, Reg, what are you doing up so late? I got the munchies.
Would have just been like, we've got special guest Ally McDowell later. Who do we?
Wow.
But that
was the first time I ever heard of Mar-a-Lago. And I was a kid. Because he was always talking about going down there. Back when Trump was just a fucking New York guy that you know, liked to pal. Certain people like to pal around with. Joy and I were down in Mar-a-Lago. It's like, what is that? For some time I thought it was an island.
If only. Let's make it an island.
Yeah, no, that's St. James.
Let's dissect that name, Mar-a-Lago. Sea of Lake.
Yeah, man, Florida.
We could make it an island and call it Island Mar-a-Lago.
Well, when we get into
Let's
the
just
movie,
shove it off.
I want to talk about the names of these star classes.
Right.
The Saratoga, for instance.
The Saratoga.
Let us never forget Saratoga.
Are we gonna get
spring break on this ship all the time?
Are we gonna get a destroyer or a battleship called Mar-a-Lago?
Oh, I hope.
Man, we better turn this thing around before
And
that shit starts
there's
happening.
Like the USS Palm Beach.
Right.
The USS Steve Bannon. You know?
Yorktown it's another city that's not all that awesome.
Patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. $1 a month. There's a ton of bonus content on there that's not available on the main feed. Hundreds of episodes of us doing this.
And we haven't even gotten to the fun part of the show yet.
Completely
overall,
off the
or
rails already.
No, I was talking about this movie. Saratoga.
Yeah, the USS Saratoga.
Speak for yourself, Josh.
That's like the USS Tempe. Like,
Right. There's another one in this movie called the Yorktown. It's just like not our more beautiful cities. And you assume that a lot of these cities, I don't know, they don't have municipalities anymore in the 23rd century. So it is just remembering the good times.
The Navy doesn't have
the
as many
California
racist
class.
generals.
A California class.
Yeah.
I prefer the California class.
because
Doritos.
it has avocado and French fries.
And the Beach Boys are the bridge crew.
That's right. But okay, this week, if you hadn't guessed already, we are back on Star Trek, and we are watching Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home.
Avoid the planet Earth at all costs.
Fuck yeah.
Attack an orbiting probe.
Notify all stations. Starfleet emergency. Red alert.
Earth is on the edge of destruction.
We cannot survive unless a way can be found to respond to the probe.
The key to saving the future
Spock, you're talking about the end of every life on Earth.
can be found only in the past.
We're going to attempt time travel. Sulu, take us home.
These are the voyages of the crew of the Starship Enterprise.
Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, I believe we have arrived at the latter half of the 20th century.
Stardate 1986.
San Francisco. Our own world is waiting for us to save it.
They have 24 hours
Everybody remember where we parked. Break up.
to complete their mission.
You look like a cadet review.
We will beam in tonight, collect the photons, and beam out.
I want you all to be very careful.
Without being discovered.
We have an intruder.
All right, who are you?
You're not exactly catching us at our best.
That much is certain.
This is an extremely primitive and paranoid culture.
What does it mean, exact change?
Many of their customs will doubtless take us by surprise.
We're ready for beam out.
My transporter power is down to minimal. I got to bring you in one at a time.
You're from outer space.
No, I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space. Let's do our job and get out of here.
Take off, can you hear me? Freeze! I've lost it.
Who are you? Admiral Clark! I'm coming with you.
You can't. Our next stop is the 23rd century.
Full power now, sir. Shields at maximum. Steady. Hold on tight, lassie.
Can we make breakaway speed?
That's all I can give you.
Book 8. 8.1. Book 9. Now.
Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home.
The Voyage Home. It was released November 26th, 1986. Running time of 122 minutes. It cost $25 million, and it made $133 million.
It was fun. I hadn't seen this one in a while for no particular reason. And
Same.
it was fun. It was just raw.
It was real fun. Yeah, Jude said it was easily his favorite of the four he's watched so far.
This
get
one
that.
is aged the most modern, like it fits in the most modern like film structure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one had the most humor
for sure.
so far.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Obviously.
It's like,
yeah.
This one feels
They're
at
like-
least like a 60s TV show adaptation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, can we make a Star Trek movie funny?
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Well, and they didn't spend any time introducing us to who these people are or why or anything. Thank
They
God.
didn't spend time on anything.
No.
I love how nonchalant time travel is, and it works for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't like stick in my craw, but it's just like, we're gonna do it. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. No.
Well, and there's no question of can this Klingon ship do it? I don't know.
Right. That's the other
Like-
thing.
Yeah.
This little warbird, or whatever.
Yeah. No. They 100% were just.
No,
They
that's a ramen.
It was so easy. Time travel so easy.
Yeah, like it's just an option.
I've been
Well-
rewatching I've been rewatching Voyager recently, and not that long ago, there was a time travel episode where they went back to like the early 90s or mid 90s or something like that. And they take the time to like dress up in like modern day clothes, in 90s clothes.
Period appropriate.
But then at some point they're looking around at all the weird clothes that other people were wearing. It's like, we could have worn our Starfleet uniforms and not even be noticed.
Yeah.
And then this movie, they're just walking around in their
right and the
23rd century clothes.
And it's like, well, they are in San Francisco. They're probably fine.
Like, I'm sorry, but Sulu was on point for San Francisco.
Sulu,
a leather
Still
cape.
His leather cape. Yep.
He was He was blending, so blending.
And Takei has said that he played Sulu straight.
I don't believe
I don't
him.
know. He seems stoked to be in San Francisco. It's like, I've read a lot.
I have a lot of questions about how he got that Huey, and only one answer based on what his interactions with the pilot were comes to mind.
Yeah, that's my one unanswered question is, what did you have to do? Because we saw what Scotty did.
It's what he got to do to get that Huey.
It's not a demand if you're into it, I guess.
To bring it back to Al's point, I think that was a big element, is like, we want to see him in different outfits. We want to see him dressed as doctors. We want to see him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. What was the name of that episode? John Collins was in it, but where they were all like Al Capone era gangsters, Prohibition era gangsters on that planet.
Yeah.
That's how far they had evolved. As if that's a natural evolutionary step.
I love that episode.
Prohibition style gangster comes right after Walking Upright.
It's like a perpetual casino episode.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the gangster planet.
Yeah, that's how. Well, Spock explains it. Like, that's where in their history they are.
I'm thinking of the Next Gen Casino episode. I forgot that there is a Gangster Planet episode of the original
You're right. There is a
series.
Next Gen one because it ties into.
Is that what Joan Collins was in? I thought she was in the one where they went through the time gate, the Guardian of Time, or the Time Guard, whatever it was called.
I thought it was the gangster one. Something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My bad.
But Star Trek 4 super successful. It was the highest grossing Star Trek movie with the original cast, period. It was the 5th highest grossing movie of the year. It did better than Ferris Bueller or Aliens.
Wow.
Yeah.
I understand Ferris Bueller, but Aliens? Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that means we should play the box office top 10 game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of November 26th, 1986. And the guys here are going to try to guess what movie I am describing. Few movies that didn't quite make it into the top 10 that week. Let's see. Top Gun, which was the biggest movie of the year, was at number 12. Oh, Jumpin' Jack Flash was out that week, too, and number 13. Children of a Lesser God at number 11.
Yep.
And
I think that, Is that William Hurt?
Yeah, I think so. Is it? Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm pretty sure. And at number 10 that week, a group of kids go on an adventure.
Goonies.
No, 86.
Damn.
Goonies was
80s.
85.
Okay, well.
Yeah, you weren't far off. Let's see.
This has one of the kids in this will be a Star Trek cast member.
Oh, Stand By Me?
Stand By Me, yes.
Is that an adventure?
Well,
yeah, You made it sound more fun.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to see a dead body? I guess that's an adventure.
Yes, it is. I think in they travel, but still.
Yeah, sure.
Very misleading. I think.
Sure, but if I just read the copy, a group of kids go to see a dead body.
Then I would have said
that is a dead
Goonies.
giveaway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't they go to see a dead body? One-Eyed Willie?
Well, okay, technically. True. Yeah. Oh, I remember.
The Goonies arguably saw more dead bodies.
They did. There were a bunch of skeletons.
Chester Copperpot, which we talked about, was less than a quarter mile in these tunnels everyone knew about.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck him, he's gone.
There's no way to find him.
There's no way to find him.
At number 9 this week, in a small town in Arizona, a mysterious man/spirit descends from the sky and manifests in a sports car. Let me do the whole thing. And targets a local violent road racing gang of motorheads headed by a ruthless bully who'll do anything to get what he wants.
Never mind.
They really went in depth with that.
Why didn't they just say a group of kids go on an adventure?
Right. Man/spirit.
Flash. Like it's a CV. Like it's his resume. Wow. I don't know. This took a left turn. I was going to say like Phenomenon or something, but
yeah,
no, that was the 90s.
Before you got to the end of that, I was going to say Starman.
This stars.
Yeah.
This stars Charlie Sheen.
Who is the man/spirit?
I think he is. Oh, we got Randy Quaid. All of our least problematic actors.
Yeah, let's
holy shit! How much did they pay in cocaine to make this movie?
Right, Clint Howard.
Oh my God! It's a who's who of second brothers.
Yeah, Griffin O'Neill. Is he related to Ryan O'Neill? Maybe it might be 3 of them.
Oh, that would be great.
Let's see. Nick Cassavetes.
Wow. What is?
Sherilyn Fenn. Wow.
The Getaway? No, that's just a straight up car movie.
This is called The Wraith.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wonder if it was filmed down here. If they substituted Texas or New Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's I recognize the poster from Blockbuster, but like I've never actually seen it. So, oh God! At number 8 at the box office this week, a middle-aged woman on the verge of divorce faints at her 25th high school reunion.
Peggy Sue Got Married.
Yeah, Peggy.
God, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what the man who made The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, The Conversation, ended up making Peggy Sue Got Married, which I like. Well, I guess it's crazier he ended up making Jack, but yeah, Peggy Sue Got Married at least is a really good movie. Although Kathleen Turner playing a teenager, at number 7 this week. To achieve his dream of attending Harvard, a pampered teen has to change his identity to receive a full scholarship.
Soul Man.
What number was this?
This was number
7
7 this week.
Jesus Christ.
I know the top 10.
It ended up making almost $28 million at the box office, which I don't know what it cost, but it might have been profitable.
Man.
Yeah.
It's not the last movie that was based around being in blackface, right?
Oh, no, I mean, Tropic
Based
Thunder.
around? Tropic
based
Thunder.
around.
I mean, White Chicks, Tropic Thunder.
I mean, well, White Chicks is whiteface.
Race swapping.
Well,
yeah, that I don't know. That I'd have to think about. But blackface?
I mean, Tropic Thunder's the last one I can
Thunder's
think
last
about, but that was a bit. It wasn't like people really think he's a different race.
So deep. It was so deep into the bit that I think.
No, you're right. But
that it's
Soul Man is built around it. You're right.
Yeah.
That's different. that is the crux of it.
Yeah.
Soul Man did make money. It cost $4.5 million.
Oh my god.
And made 35.
And that budget was all spent on shoe polish.
Yeah.
I was watching outtakes of Dave Chappelle's White Newscaster.
Oh god damn.
So he just could not keep it together.
No, he couldn't.
Doing a white guy.
Do you guys remember the Eddie Murphy whiteface sketch from SNL?
Yep. And Jim Downey at the newsstand.
Yes.
Just take it. Nobody's watching. That's what white people do for each other.
Right. At number 6 at the box office this week, Fast Eddie teaches a cocky, talented young protege the ropes of pool hustling.
The Hustler.
Not The Hustler.
No, The Color of Money.
The Color of Money, the sequel to The Hustler.
The sequel.
Yeah.
That's right. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom.
It's and an Eric Clapton single.
Wow, Color of Money. Yeah, the Eric Clapton single. The Color of Money and Top Gun were doing bang up this week.
Yeah, when that dude's career got started, it never stopped. Now, maybe it has to do with Thetans or the lack thereof. Who am I to say?
Right.
I watched all the Mission Impossible movies this week.
So did Jude.
Too.
Did you see the last one? Fallout?
No.
Oh man.
Wait,
I saw it.
No, Final
Or not
Reckoning.
Final
That's
Reckoning.
the one that's like
No, I
fresh, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so
still,
good.
Still
It's so
in
good.
theaters, but I was prepping myself for that because I knew there were a lot of references to all the other movies.
Go see it in the daytime
Yeah.
as a matinee in an empty theater. It is worth the cost of entry. That plane stunt that they give us 10 seconds of in the trailer is 20 minutes long. It is the craziest shit I've ever seen in a Mission Impossible movie.
And pour some bourbon in your fountain Coke.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy daytime movies.
Yeah. No, Jude just watched all those this week too, Al. And then he finished it off with Eyes Wide Shut.
I also watched the 2 Jack Reacher movies.
I can't.
Because one of them was on the plane.
I saw the first one when it came out.
One was on the plane.
But yeah, I was on a plane and I saw part of the second one. It's like, I want to, because I watched Reacher, the series, and it's actually, they act very similar for not being similar looking people.
Interesting.
Like, I mean, I could see how they were the same character, being different, even being different actors.
It's not like Jim from The Office playing fucking Jack Ryan being like, oh, I rode a bike to work today. And it's like, bro, you're such a bitch. Get out of here.
Looks in the camera.
Your ass.
Goofy look.
Looks in the fucking camera. God, he's getting fucking interrogated in the Middle East somewhere and just stares down the lens. Jesus.
Jim Halpert's a terrible person.
Kind of shrugs a little.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Pam
Both
isn't
him
much
and
better.
Pam deserve each other.
She's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Yep.
At number 5 at the box office this week, a pair of adventurers try to track down an ancient Aztec/Mayan/Egyptian/Apache hoard of gold. They hit all the bases.
Wow.
Were they all working in cahoots, or was it like a native tribe tontine or something, where they're like, whoever survives last gets the gold?
Yeah, who knows? Well, also because all of those civilizations are all centuries apart from each other.
Yeah, disparate.
Yeah. And across the world. I have never seen this movie. I don't know if I've ever heard of this movie, honestly. It stars Chuck Norris and Lou Gossett Jr.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Iron Eagle.
No. Yeah,
that was filmed around here.
There's no jets.
Yeah, there's
in
no
this.
gold in that.
Yeah. Let's see, we got Will Sampson in it though. So,
Lou Gossett.
Will Sampson is Chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, yeah.
Melody Anderson, who she was in Flash Gordon. Okay. Oh, was she she was the lady from Flash Gordon.
The Legend of Curly's Gold.
This is called Firewalker. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like. I have no idea what that is.
Back when you really had no clue about a movie until you went and saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't happen to catch the trailer before another movie or like the TV version of the trailer, like you.
And if you literally didn't read newspapers,
yes,
read reviews,
or like you could read like Fangoria or what was the sci-fi one? It was
Oh yeah, what was
the sci-fi magazine? Starlog. Starlog.
Yeah, Starlog.
If you didn't read Fangoria, you'd read Fangoria or Starlog, and they'd tell you about like an upcoming movie that sounded like the most amazing thing ever.
No, you know how I often learned about or what was Mad Magazine.
Oh yes,
I would see a parody and be like, you know what, I gotta check out what this is.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no, I'd read a Fangoria or Starlog article, and then like 4 years later, I'd realize that movie had never come out and no one had ever heard of it.
Right.
Yeah. At number 4 at the box office this week. This is crazy. Oof. Okay. How to describe this movie without just giving it away? This is. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you some of our cast. Ruth Warwick, Bobby Driscoll, Hattie McDaniel, and Jamie Basket.
But you thought it was going to be easily given away?
If I read the description, yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy?
A storyteller tells a young boy stories. If I tell you anything about any of the stories, you're going to get it. This is a re-release. It came from Disney's vault.
Okay, because Bobby Driscoll, I was going to say, I was like an adult Bobby Driscoll?
It's one of Disney's from the vault. One that they will never, ever bring back out. It is, this is dead. In fact, they just killed it at the parks this past year.
Song of the South?
Song of the South. Re-release. Yep.
Oh, shit. I forgot that. Yeah, you could get it on cassette when I was a kid still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain is no longer Song of the South. It has been changed into
the Frog Prince?
The Princess and the Frog, yeah.
Princess and the Frog. Which is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's time for an update. I don't know how I feel about art made at a specific time being hated in a different time, but I definitely I'm cool with that update.
Having a thematic fit that replaces it. I saw some of the not the CGI, the what do they call animatronics that they're rolling out for that ride, and it's like next generation animatronic. It looks like Pixar animation. It's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But that ride is their testing ground for a lot of that new stuff, which is really neat too.
Well, and it's something that kids can literally relate to or feel represented by. You know, Song of the South, like the Prairie Rabbits, that's not for anybody. It was just aesthetically fun. The swamp.
Yeah.
But, you know, Tiana, little girls can be like, well, that's.
Well, and
I see myself in that. I don't see myself in Zippity Doo-Dah necessarily.
Nobody does, and if you do, that's weird.
That's real. Yeah. Well, and for Gen Z, like that was literally the only 2D Disney princess movie or Disney film that came out in Jude's lifetime, and he remembers watching it as a young child.
Yeah, the closest thing is what Lilo and Stitch, and that's not a princess movie, but Lilo counts.
And that came out that came out like almost a decade before he was born. So
01 or 02, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just became too expensive to do 2D after a certain point, but boy.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. At number 3 at the box office this week. While immigrating to the United States, a young Russian gets separated from his family and must locate them while trying to survive in a new country.
An American Tale.
Yes. A young Russian, I left out one word from that description. A young Russian mouse gets separated.
I was going to say Star Trek 4.
Opening at number 2 this week. To save Earth from an alien probe, Admiral James T. Kirk and his fugitive crew go back in time to San Francisco in 1986 to retrieve the only beings who can communicate with it, humpback whales.
Number 2.
Opened at number 2 because holding on at number 1 in its 9th week of release. The number 2 movie of the year after Top Gun. An American reporter travels to Australia to meet an eccentric poacher.
Crocodile Dundee?
Crocodile Dundee was the second biggest movie of the year after Top Gun.
That was a hit. It was an unadulterated hit.
It was like Bart Simpson mania levels of hit.
Well, yeah, and this is a knife that immediately went into
it was like that weird thing in the mid 80s where suddenly the US was obsessed with Australian stuff, culture, like in general, like because it was just exotic enough, but it was still like white people who spoke English.
It was white.
Yeah.
Well, and the 80s movies were all about fish out of water.
Yeah.
You don't see it as much anymore, but it was so much. Moscow on the Hudson, which I thought, God, I love that
Voyage Home is just fish out of water.
Right. Literally, and then, they're mammals.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
Mammals.
We're going to split hairs here, dude?
Mammals out of water.
That's us.
Yes, quite literally. So that is the box office top 10 for the week of November 26th, 1986, which brings us to the production of the film itself. This movie was a kind of a foregone conclusion after Search for Spock was successful. They were so happy with what Nimoy did that they took off all the guardrails for that they put on for Spock and basically said, make the movie you want to make.
And boy, did he. It's awesome. It's a filmmaker's movie in some ways.
In some ways, yeah. It's interesting because when you look at the movies he made after this that were big hits too, 3 Men and a Baby came out the next year, which was the biggest movie of 1987. He was really into like comedies. Like Nimoy liked to make comedies.
Yeah.
He's the missing piece of the whole cast being able to be funny. Mm-hmm. Well, not missing piece. He's the fucking pivotal piece. He's there the whole
glue,
time.
Right?
But when he's not able to be funny, when he's busy being a character who's I'm quickly developing. Literally,
right, I'm learning.
Yeah, I'm learning. I can't make comments because I don't know shit yet.
Yeah,
it sucks so bad because somebody else has to do that,
and
it becomes Chekhov and Scotty, and they don't do that. They deliver bad news with a smile kind of thing. Like,
no, Chekhov just gets the shit kicked out of him. That's his job.
Yeah, man. God.
Well, and I was going to wait. I don't know when, but yeah, I love that in this movie, it's Chekhov's Chekhov. Like, that's the thing that they need to read. That's the thing they need to read. I guess that's a MacGuffin, but also oh no, we need to recover this before the plan.
Right.
I will say commentary, because this movie came out almost exactly a year before I was born. I was born, the Cold War ended, you're welcome. So seeing a movie that has this like weird undertone of like weird and undertone vessels. We are looking for nuclear vessels.
Nuclear vessels,
right.
Yeah.
The Balky Bartokamus.
Yeah.
But yeah, having a Russian running around San Francisco looking for that, it makes a lot of sense at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it now, it feels like fucking being a Star Trek character going, is this because the Cold War?
Yeah, like, is he so out of touch? See, that's wild. Again, we've talked about that, about the generation gap and the affection for Star Trek. But yeah, that was just, that was totally humorous to us, you know. Russians were the target from everywhere from comedy to Red Dawn. Watch it back.
They're one of the few races that we still allow to just be outright villainized.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank God that's all over, and we've worked out all our problems with Russia.
Oh, we're friends. Yeah, you just made friends with the bully by beating someone else up.
I saw a Russian actor talking about Honora, and they were like, which I haven't seen yet, but Honora is the sex worker stripper movie that won the Oscars and all that stuff, Upset, whatever. But I saw a Russian guy talking about it, and he was like, honestly, I just really liked the fact that, like, although they were mobsters and this and that and this and that, we're finally moving away from, like, Russian accent means bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, man, it's 2025. What do you mean we're finally moving away? Oh, God.
We have new targets now.
Yeah,
there's always.
And it was North Korea, even when they remade Red Dawn recently, it was North Korea. But now even that's blurry because this dude loves North Korea. So I don't mean, not that we need enemies. I don't believe in that either.
I mean, let's be clear. The narrative, large budget films need an easily identifiable enemy who you can instantly say that's the bad guy.
You can go the Top Gun route, though, and go like, we're fighting in Terronesia or whatever the fuck they called it.
Yeah.
Terrorstan.
You can get away with anything if you make up a region. But, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
No. Yeah, the Russians. They exist.
Oh, right. We were talking about that with the helicopter and Sulu. Like, it would have been the same kind of thing. I know he's Japanese, but just like, it was our last war was with Southeast Asia. So it's just like, mind if I take this helicopter? You'd think the pilot of that helicopter would have had flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie's in the cockpit.
Jesus. So, all right. So, yeah, they brought Leonard Nimoy back. Shatner originally refused to return because he was holding out for more money.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I hope he got it.
He did. I mean, obviously, he came back. So he and Nimoy both got $2.5 million for this one.
Wow.
86.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money in 86.
That's a lot of. It's prestige as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like precedent setting kind of stuff.
It's Iron Man paychecks.
And that is the reason we have Star Trek The Next Generation. Because Paramount didn't like having to pay Shatner and Nimoy $5 million to make a movie. So they said, we need a cheaper Star Trek cast. So let's make a TV show, cast it with newcomers, and then we can spin that off to whatever we need and not have to pay them each $2.5 million to make a damn movie.
I mean, imagine had they not. They would have just got diminishing returns and ground the fucking franchise to a standstill.
Yeah. Rick Berman, which we'll probably talk about him later, but
yeah, Rick Berman was.
I think the paychecks in this movie is why we got the chick from Chucky as the leading lady,
right? Instead of like a big, yeah,
just a name at the time.
So while Shatner was holding out for more money, they briefly explored making a Starfleet Academy movie instead. But they once he came back, they pretty quickly decided to do a time travel story in which the Enterprise has to go back in time to current day Earth to save something. They thought about doing with the rainforests, but ended up deciding to go with whales. Initially, they approached Daniel Petrie Jr., who wrote Beverly Hills Cop, and to write a screenplay. He ended up not getting a credit on this. He didn't do any writing, but that connection brought Nimoy in contact with Eddie Murphy, who wanted to be in the movie. So they wrote a script with Eddie Murphy as an astrophysicist.
Fine. We saw Superman 3.
Right? Yeah. And they hired Steve Mearson and Peter Krikes to write the script. They did end up having screenplay credits. Nimoy and Harv Bennett ended up with story by credits. But let's see. Mearson and Krikes, I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
Crikey.
Were writing partners. They wrote together. They also wrote, God, not a hell of a lot. They were script doctors for the most part. They wrote, let's see, Summer School, Red Heat. They did script doctor work on. They have credits on Anna and the King, Back to the Beach. Not Double Impact is probably the best movie, the Van Damme, outside of Voyage Home, that they have credits on. Basically, Murphy did not like the script, and so passed and went on to make Golden Child instead.
Which is a wild movie. You can't just casually drop Eddie Murphy into your movie. It just... He steals the camera.
Especially in the mid-'80s, when he was like the guy.
I say even now, he's the guy that you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like putting Chris Pratt in everything. Where it's like, all right, we get it. We know who you are. Like, I don't buy you as any of these other characters anymore.
Well, and maybe, again, we were talking about the generation thing. Even there's a gap with us because it started in the 60s, but it's neat to have heard about or seen all the actors that have like actively wanted to be in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg being the most famous, but like Tyler Perry, he asked to be in Star Trek, you know.
Yeah.
Those are just African American actors, but yeah, I just think it's fun.
So many celebrity cameos over time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like being parodied in Mad Magazine or something.
It's like being
if
on the
you're
Simpsons.
into it. Yeah,
you made it.
Yes,
it's the opposite of Law and Order. You don't do Star Trek because you're just looking for a gig, unless you're one of those people who are just a day player or whatever.
Yeah, you're just
you do
starting
Star
out,
Trek.
Yeah.
Well, there was a few.
Shit.
Like Robin Williams did a Law and Order. Martin Short did a lot.
Yeah.
But that was also like 91, right?
Yeah.
Super early days Law and Order.
I don't know. No, Special Victims Unit. On both cases, they were both perverts.
They did it just because they thought it was
they
funny.
played perverts.
Yeah, because they thought it'd be funny.
Right.
There was a way back when we were in Comedy Corner, there was a great sketch, and 30 Rock did it as well. But I always wanted to be a background actor, just unloading a truck in Law and Order, because there's always the scene where they're, I seen her. She was walking around with her friend. It's New York City.
That is to say, I saw her.
I saw her.
Yeah, no, the police constantly interviewing guys down at the docks that refuse to stop unloading things from trucks.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Look, I got a job to do.
Yeah, but I have a photographic memory.
I remember
bartenders in Brooklyn. I remember her.
Yeah,
it was the blonde lady.
Yeah, it was the blonde lady. It was 3:15 p.m. on July 27th, 12 months ago.
Yeah, I remember where I was.
Yeah. So, Paramount was not happy with the script, so they brought in Nicholas Meyer. And he and Harvey Bennett both worked together to do a pass on it. Let's see. Bennett wrote the first part where they're in the 23rd century. Nicholas Meyer wrote the entire middle portion where they're on in 1986. And then Bennett did the ending. They combined their portions and then kind of smoothed over the rough edges where they didn't mesh. Initially, Jillian was going to stay on Earth to ensure the survival of humpback whales, but Nicholas Meyer liked her going back with them better because, one, there was a paradox if she stayed and made sure the whales didn't go extinct, and two, it just was a more satisfying ending from a narrative perspective. there was initially a scene in which the Klingon bird of prey was going to appear over Super Bowl halftime show.
The Goodyear bird of prey.
Yeah, that they cut out. And initially in the early versions, Saavik stayed on Vulcan because she was pregnant with Spock's child.
God, I'm glad they cut that shit out.
Yeah.
They should have just kept her on the ship. She would have been a fun inclusion in this cast of weirdos.
Yeah, she would have been all right.
Because for some reason she was in the other fucking 2 movies previously.
I was going to say, I feel like
character.
we were done with her, but maybe not. I don't.
Yeah. At this point, it doesn't matter. She can come, she can go. She's basically part of the crew. She's been here as long as everybody else
What
has.
I thought was hilarious was they were on Vulcan 3 months. And right before they're about to leave, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you that your son was brave." Like, you waited till just now?
The most frustrating thing that happens in this movie. I didn't tell you. It's like, what have you been doing this whole time? Have you been avoiding her?
Yeah.
Has she been avoiding you?
Are you guys, have you been busy? Like, what's going on?
Lots of orgies on planet Vulcan.
Yeah.
Hard to keep your calendar straight.
It's Pon Far 24/7.
She's like, I had elf duties.
I had to wear the hat. I can't talk when I wear the hat. There's not much else to talk about with the as far as the making of it goes. ILM was back on doing the effects. Ralph McQuarrie helped design the crazy ass ship that's coming to look for the whales, the big cylinder.
Do we get an explanation as to what that thing is besides it being old?
It's a
alien
ship
technology
of aliens that used to talk to the whales, and the whales stopped talking, so they came. Apparently, in a novelization, or in a novel that is a sequel to the Voyage Home's novelization. They mentioned that the aliens in that ship, basically the ship's full of water, and the aliens are whale aliens.
Oh, that makes sense.
I thought it could have been as simple as like that's how long it took the transmission of whale songs to reach these life forms, and they were on their way to the source.
Yeah, no,
they did seem pretty angry because they were vaporizing oceans and killing.
I don't know that it was intentional.
No, it was all by accident.
It's Sonic. Just
they were just
Sonic
too
the
loud.
Hedgehog.
They were too
Sonic
loud.
Waves.
It's like if our cell phones just cooked ant colonies, and we were like, but it's so convenient.
Basically,
ants. You
they
know,
yeah.
Was this probe convenient?
They were like a teenager drinking Mountain Dew and playing Sonic the Hedgehog in the 90s. They were just so loud and extreme that they couldn't.
Extreme.
So, fact is, we put Whale Song on Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the gold disc.
Is this V'ger's fault?
This is V'ger's fault. That's another theory. Like, were these aliens in contact with ancient whales, or did they just come across Voyager and like, okay, we got to go check this out?
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, they're just responding to the source of the transmission, or heard that and wanted to find the source of it. They're like, who made this record? It's awesome. The basement tapes in space. Spacement tapes. I'm gonna write that
down. So our cast, of course, is all of our returning Enterprise crew. Katherine Hicks plays Dr. Gillian Taylor, the cytologist. As
cetacean biology, is that a thing, Al? Isn't it marine biology?
I mean,
she said I'm a whale doctor.
Or whale specialize in whales.
I'm sure it has a name. It has to have a scientific title.
Yeah, if ichthyology and all those other things have names, there's got to be some sort of whaleology.
She's just like, I'm a whale. I don't know.
Looks like cetology was previously known as whale lore.
Whale lore.
Oh, just the lore.
Holy
One word.
shit.
One word. Whale lore.
Whale lore. He sent the transmission. Whale lore is coming to destroy us.
I specialize in badger lore.
Way more exciting.
Yeah.
It's just the Revenant. It's just fucking badger.
Katherine Hicks, she kind of broke into the biz being on Ryan's Hope for a few years in the late 70s. She played Marilyn Monroe in Marilyn, The Untold Story in 1980. She got an Emmy nom for that.
Does she still have a Marky Post hairdo?
Right. She was also in Peggy Sue Got Married, and as Josh mentioned, Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Yeah. She's from Scottsdale.
Huh. How uninteresting.
Yes.
All of this.
Very, very uninteresting. Majel Barrett was back as Lady Chapel. I don't know what she is now. She's not a nurse anymore.
It said Commander Chapel.
Commander Chapel. Okay. Yeah. Jane Wyatt back as Spock's mom.
And Mark, what's his name, is Sarek.
Yeah.
Spock's dad.
Yeah. Mark Leonard is Sarek. Let's see. Alex Henteloff played Dr. Nichols, the guy from Plexicore. It's like, not now, Madeline.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hang on. There's something interesting about that guy.
Better be.
Fuck, why didn't I write it down?
He did a lot of he was in a lot of sitcoms. I remember him from a number of them, specifically Night Court. He was friends with Reinhold Weege, the creator of Night Court. Reinhold Weege, which I didn't know, was also a writer on Barney Miller.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. He was he was in the film MASH. He wasn't in another motion picture until Payback in 1999, 13 years later. He just did a lot of TV in between. TV is definitely where I recognize him from, mostly other than this. Let's see.
Rock Peters.
Yeah.
And his giant nostrils.
The captain, the Indian captain who is talking about trying to deploy a solar sail to keep their life support going is Vijay Arbitrage, who was a famous tennis player in the 80s. John Shook plays the Klingon ambassador who wants them to kill James Kirk. He wants them to execute James Kirk.
Yeah.
He thinks Starfleet's going to be real down with that. He did in the Munsters Today. He played Herman Munster. That.
That guy.
Yeah. Let's see. Interestingly, where is it? Yes, the punk on the bus was played by Kirk Thatcher, who was an associate producer. He shaved his head and did the mohawk, bought the clothes. The song, which I spent some time trying to find, was not a real 80s punk song. It was written by sound designer Mark Mangini and recorded specifically for the film.
I hate you. I berate you.
Yeah. It talks about how we should just push the button and like nuke everybody.
Gotta nuke something. Touche.
Gotta nuke something.
So there was an alien that he was looking at those monitors. He's the guy from The Hills Have Eyes. I was pretty sure it was that actor.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? The real strange looking bald guy.
Yeah. He had the I mean, I thought he had an alien prosthesis head.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, but then there's his face is undeniable. I could be wrong, but...
Huh.
And then, like I said, Brock Peters, who was in other Star Trek stuff after this. The black guy at Star Trek, the huge...
Yeah. That guy, Brock Peters, as Fleet Admiral Cartwright.
Yes, Cartwright.
Grace Lee Whitney was back as Rand. I don't remember seeing her. I assume she was in that room with the president and Sarek.
Yeah, must have been. Their weird parliament.
Yeah, whatever that is. Mark Mangini, the sound designer who wrote that punk rock song, became a huge sound editor. He won an Oscar for Mad Max Fury Road.
Wow. Sound editing is impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Underappreciated.
Absolutely. As someone who made narrative audio drama podcasts, sound editing's hard.
Yeah.
That is about it for the background. So that is about it for the production. This film was reviewed by Siskel and Ebert.
Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home is one of those rarest of birds, a sequel that is better than the original. In fact, I liked it as much as any in the whole series, and it's a good series, particularly Star Trek II. How do they do it? I think by remembering that we go to a Star Trek movie to spend time with likable characters who obviously like each other, rather than, with most outer space pictures, seeing a whole bunch of cardboard characters fighting all sorts of technological creatures. For example, in this mission to save the planet Earth, Admiral Kirk and Mr. Spock and the rest of the Star Trek crew return to Earth to the streets of San Francisco. This scene may remind you a little bit of Crocodile Dundee, this time with a whole bunch of fish out of water.
Watch where you're going, you dumbass! Well, I'll double dumbass on you!
It's a miracle these people ever got out of the 20th century.
They're still using money. We gotta find something. Spock, the rest of you stay here. The rest of you break up. You look like a cadet review.
Funny bit. Saving the planet Earth requires the crew to find some humpback whales that are being sought by a mysterious space probe. The Star Trek crew soon finds themselves underwater.
Lassie, get my arm! You got it? Scotty! I'm right at him! I'm here, Scotty! I'm here! You're gonna be all right.
That last bit is from the last part of the movie, and that's the least interesting part of the film. The most pleasing part is simply when these familiar characters talk with each other, gently joke with each other. Really, the appeal is not unlike The Cosby Show or Father Knows Best, where we're seeing a family affair on the screen, a family with distinct characters who like each other, and we suspect at some point love each other.
I also thought this was one of the very best movies in the series, and it's funny because usually, as you said, sequels get worse and worse and worse.
Yes.
This one is better and better. I love Mr. Spock. They have a lot of humor this time in the fact that he cannot tell a lie. So Katherine Hicks, who's the whale expert, is saying, "Do you like Italian?" And Spock says, "No." And Kirk is saying, "Oh, yes, we like Italian." "No, I don't, you know." "Do you like it?" "No, I don't." That's very funny. And then, of course, the relationship between Hicks and Admiral Kirk is interesting. The fact that she is so emotionally involved with these whales. And only on Star Trek, you're quite right, would you have a scene where you start out in outer space in the 23rd century and winds up in San Francisco with saving the whale. That was one of the things the TV series did so well, was to take a contemporary issue and put it into a science fiction format to make a statement about it. So the movie has heart, it has a message, it's a lot of fun.
I think it has some beautiful writing. They can get away, because the characters are true, they can get away with saying lines that if they're thrown in another movie, you say, "Oh, it's just a bunch of, that's phony, it's broad emotion." Here, there can be a conversation between Spock's father and Spock that touches us.
Yeah.
Because they have these characters down cold. They've kept the team together, which is usually what doesn't happen in most sequels.
They not only have kept the team together, but Leonard Nimoy is the director again this time, and he has developed into quite a good director. I think he moves things right along. It's nice that the people who originally made the Star Trek saga are now still controlling what happens with the movies instead of somebody else with bright ideas to turn it into George Lucas or Steven Spielberg or something. They keep the human element.
Right.
All right. Liking the Voyage Home, them guys.
It's good to see them like it because, man, it's rough to watch them just be like, ugh, Star Trek.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they think of the next one because that's where opinions start dividing.
I love it, but it's wacky, so wackier than time travel.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So that is it for the background, guys. We ready to jump into the movie?
Let's boldly go.
This is the portion of the podcast where I would have said, everybody remember where we parked. Already used Thoreau.
Yep, and he took my Latter-day Saint.
I know. I'm sorry.
Literally, you were just pulling all the things we all wanted to say.
But we're too afraid to.
So, well, on that note, here we go, guys. This is Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home.
I forgot where we parked.
Already.
It's easy. It's invisible.
Yeah, it's the invisible thing in the middle of the park that no one runs into until it's narratively important. We open on a dedication to the crew of the Challenger.
Yeah.
That was 85, right? When
It was 86.
86?
It
was that year?
It was just a few months earlier. Yeah.
Pretty heavy note to start on, especially if you watched it in your classroom at the time.
Yeah.
You guys are that age, right? Where you all watched it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We were the age where turning to our peers like, is that supposed to happen?
Yeah. It 100% happened in school.
Yeah.
They ushered us out of the room pretty quick after making such a big deal, naturally, because a teacher was on.
Yeah, exactly. It was, that was crazy. That was the first time I remember something happening that I was like things can go wrong still.
Yeah.
Right. This is a world changing. Yeah. It was like seeing 9/11 a few years later.
Yeah. It's not a stat. We're not static, stuck where we are in history. Things continue to happen. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There was that realization.
What was it? Discovery was the other one that broke up.
Yeah. And 2001, 2002, somewhere in there.
Yeah. I remember watching that on TV.
It would be a footnote to some other infotainment story now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get our traditionally long Star Trek credit sequence over stars, and we cut to a giant cylinder in space.
It's got a little thingy there.
It's got
an inanimate carbon rod.
Yeah, it's got a little ball hanging out of it. Apparently, originally the ball was orange, and they had to recolor it frame by frame because it looked like a basketball. Apparently.
Oh, that's funny. It does kind of look like a basketball.
Orange is a tricky color on film. That's a...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all practically done. Apparently, there were, other than having to recolor the orange to blue, that was done entirely in camera. Other than superimposing it over a star field, obviously. But all the lights and the turning and twisting and everything was accomplished in camera by ILM.
Cool.
So it's coming through space, sending out an indecipherable signal. It meets the USS Saratoga, which is down to clown.
Yep, Florida man.
Commanded by the very first on-screen female Starfleet captain that we have ever seen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They are,
and whatever that dude was, a member of the country rock band Alabama.
Yeah. Oh no,
dude with the white facial hair.
No. Oh, you mean the what were they called? The Winters.
Yeah, they were in the
He was the
series.
third Winters brother.
Johnny Winters.
Yeah.
He looks like a Rob Schneider character in an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm kind of a vaguely racist stereotype.
Trying to figure it out.
He that was an established alien from the original series. I can't remember what they were called.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and they had the white hair
Yeah.
and a little
They're in lower
antenna.
decks.
Yeah.
And I think they're shredded too. They're like all super buff. Like how the Orion are like sex pots. They're
Yeah.
like, you guys are freaky muscular. And like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think maybe it's different.
So I skip it every day.
I love the Orions and lower decks. They're just sex pirates. It's
Man, they're mean and they fuck.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome. They're the best thing to happen to Star Trek, in my opinion.
So they can't Saratoga can't communicate with the probe, so they report the situation back to Starfleet. We cut back to Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco, where a Klingon ambassador is urging Starfleet and a United Federations of Planet Council headed by the president to execute Kirk for the events of Search for Spock.
Somebody said, Mr. President, for half a second I thought they were talking about the Klingons. I was just imagining like campaigns on Klingon and like elections.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
That dude's a president?
Yeah, so Sarek shows up to advocate for the Enterprise crew, who are being charged with a number of crimes. But the Klingon does not get the justice he feels the Klingon people so richly deserve and storms out.
Well, because Sarek drops the T. He's like, you guys killed his son.
You guys blew up a starship before the Enterprise even got there.
Yep. They're like, until Christopher Lloyd has been brought before this council.
We cut to Vulcan, where the crew of the Enterprise has been living in exile for 3 months. They take a vote and agree to head back to Earth to face the music for their crimes. They're still flying the Klingon bird of prey, which they've renamed the USS Bounty.
And behind them are elves.
Yes, the
Vulcan elves.
The elven people of Vulcan.
Regular height.
Not Lord of the Rings elves.
I guess elves
We're talking
are
Santa.
regular.
We're talking Santa elves.
Santa elves. We're talking hats that serve no purpose on this desert planet.
Didn't they paint HMS?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
yeah.
right. It was HMS, not USS. I'm sorry. HMS Bounty.
Like the novel.
Yeah.
The Mutiny on the Bounty.
Yeah.
The Bounty, yeah. Her Majesty ship.
Yes. Yeah, the HMS Bounty. Yeah, so they the elves are helping fix the ship up, I guess.
I don't know, fill it with candy or whatever they do.
Make like little wooden shoes.
We need a space cobbler.
Space cobbler. So yeah, meanwhile Spock plays a round of Who Wants to Be a Vulcan Millionaire.
Thank you, Simon.
Yeah. He gets stumped when the computer asks him how he feels. He has a brief chat with his mom about being half human. It decides to head back to Earth with his crewmates, even though he's only freshly not dead and he's not charged with any crimes.
Oh, that's a good that's a good loophole there.
Yeah.
You can't charge me with crimes. I was fetal.
I was dead at the time.
I was embryonic.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the probe disables the USS Saratoga through its hardcore music that it's blasting out.
Sonic, yes, sonic waves.
Yeah.
Which we have sonic cannons. They're fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy did the wub 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 sounds.
The Scatman brothers of his time.
Dude. They were like, what do you think it should sound like? And he recorded 2 minutes of wub wub wub.
It's Bilbo.
It was all
Bilbo Baggins.
Yes.
Like I'm already recording a slapper right now. A banger.
Yeah. Let's not forget Nimoy and Shatner both recorded albums. Multiple albums.
Not,
Big wheel, keep on toining.
Left a good job in the city.
Somewhere.
Saratoga ain't doing well. It's heading towards Earth. The US or the Enterprise crew head back towards Earth with Spock on board. Sarek tells Kirk that David was brave and for some reason waited till now. Then it arrives at Earth, disables every ship and space station it encounters on the way. It begins shooting its signal into the ocean, which causes Earth to be completely covered in clouds. Giant storms start. It disrupts communication. Sarek is stuck on Earth. And Earth,
it's vaporizing the water. I mean, that's why it's cloud covered. And
the sonic waves are vaporizing the water, causing crazy weather and cloud cover. Earth President advises...
President Earth.
Yeah, President Earth is advised by Sarek to send out a planetary distress signal, which the president does.
Like the Sarasota, the Fort Lauderdale is in...
the USS Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. So they receive Starfleet's warning. Spock figures out that it's whale song. And they can't get an answer back because humpback whales are extinct. They can't fake the language either because it would be responding in gibberish. So the only alternative they have is to just travel back in time and get more whales. Super easy.
I love the different animals that came up on the screen as possible. You know, like there was a marmot of some kind of
right.
There were a lot of single-celled organisms.
This is one of those things
started at the bottom
that happens in a lot of things, not just Star Trek, but when it happens, it's just like, okay, so the Federation of Planets, advanced scientific communities of different whatever, and the signal is tearing its way through the galaxy, and the Starship Enterprise goes, hey, did anybody ever change the pitch on this thing and maybe think that it might be whales? There's got to be tens of thousands of scientists and ships, and it's always like, oh, I just so happened to be the first person to think of this idea. I know that that's just how movies happen, but
what would it sound like underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just the fact that somebody on Kirk's crew is like, I don't know, sometimes I like to take acid, man, and think about weird shit. It's kind of how this always feels when it happens. It just drives me kind of nuts.
Yeah, the fact that no one at Starfleet thought to like ask. Well, they're shooting it at the oceans, so what
happening pretty quickly.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, like even then, like you expect. The thing I like about Lower Decks is that everything is a crisis everywhere to everybody. Whereas this, it's like, oh no, these people are just hapless until Kirk rolled along with his crew, is how it always kind of feels. And that kind of bummed me out that they didn't get like a, sir, we've been listening to it at different frequencies. Maybe it's a whale. They're like themselves figuring it out.
You're right. And I dig what you're saying. In this case, they were out of range. And so their instruments still worked. Even on planet Earth, the technology was being disabled by this sonic probe.
I guess they did story-wise.
So you're right. I'm sure there were probably scientists, especially on Earth, that could have figured that out.
Or maybe they, even before that things were completely disabled, did figure it out. But also, like, what are they going to do with that information? Because then communications get disrupted. They can't tell anybody.
Well, and nobody's bold enough to try and
time travel.
That's right. You've only got one dude.
Right.
You only got one dude who in 10 minutes it goes from what does this mean to we got to travel back in time.
Yeah, they have to have
he brings Scotty
problem
with him also, who's like, man, fuck the timeline.
Yeah.
Scotty is a fucking timeline terrorist in this shit, man. Mr. Shrug and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I love during the drama of the time travel, we don't cut to Scotty and they show him. He's just like, "Hey, did we time travel?" He doesn't say that, but that's how it felt like. Oh, you're just now talking to him.
Yeah, no. What
He's like
Scotty,
on the B shift.
Scotty
He's like asleep in his tube.
Scotty didn't even realize. He just wakes up. He's like, "We're where?"
He's a good time guy.
Yeah, no, he's down. He's ready for anything.
Anything.
He's a goer.
Anytime. Any
Even
place.
Simon Pegg's version.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, they travel back in time to 1986, and the time travel. They have to slingshot. They have to go super, super fast and slingshot around the sun to travel back in time. They do that.
This is the least explained time travel device in any movie
ever.
Even Superman.
I
even
love
Superman's like, no, I'm going to travel and I'm going to spin the Earth backwards.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
I
This
love
one's
it
like
too.
Slingshot. Watch
it's
me.
Like, why do we? I mean, they only need to get to 88 miles an hour. We do know that. I don't know why they needed warp 10, but it's so economical as far as storytelling.
Yeah.
Real. What's the upward
It's the
limit
magical warp 10
of warp? Is 10
well
the highest we've
I
ever
don't know.
gone?
One is already faster than light.
These go to 11.
So I mean, the idea is like 10 times faster than light. Like, what does that even?
Is it linear or is it logarithmic? It could be much more than that.
But in next gen, they break that and they go faster than warp 10 on a number of occasions.
It's the slingshot around the sun as well.
Yeah, the slingshot.
I guess it's the gravity of an object that makes it not just traveling fast.
Well, and
you're tied to a local. Oh God, it's so weird. I love it. I love it because it leaves us to go, what? Star Trek? You didn't explain this?
Did they go past 10 in Next Gen? Because Tom Paris broke the warp 10 barrier in Voyager.
Oh, there was some. No. Q made them go.
Oh, okay.
Warp 10.
Oh, but that doesn't count though.
Yeah, because it's
that's Q space and Q time and Q matter.
I did like Leonard Nimoy's artistic, almost Kubrick like effects for time travel.
I wrote down 2001 light as far as like the going through time.
Well, and the new computer imagery of people's faces and stuff.
Yeah, brand
the
spanking new
CGI.
Yeah,
like completely scanned. That was so cool.
The probe itself was Space Odyssey inspired.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
sure.
somewhat monolithic.
Yeah. Sulu basically drops Wi-Fi. He's like, once we are in range, we can connect with the Federation. We can interface with the Federation database. Mm-hmm. So basically, like when we're in Wi-Fi range, we can, connect and get all the information back.
Yeah, basically. Well, he was also saying like basically I can hack into their network because it's bird of prey. So
well, once we're in range,
yeah, exactly.
Then we're connected with all of Federation interface.
That all Federation communication technology is still analog.
Yeah,
because that all the interference they get is analog interference. That you don't get that on a digital.
And they still use devices. Next Gen changed that with the communicator on the button, but yeah.
Yeah, well, and also all their displays are like the digital, like the resolution is very small. There's no HD.
And those things are more obvious. To me, it's the radio thing that's so fascinating because cell phone technology is analog radio, but it's digital signals, and you get the the digital interference kind of thing.
Yeah.
And every time in Star Trek, it's a plastic bag. It's that crackle of like, sorry, sir, the wall's too thick. These bulkheads, nobody ever considered the radio would have to travel.
Yeah, we can't talk.
Like what? And just the fact that it's always a device in a Star Trek story where it's like, we've lost radio connection. And it's like, what do you mean? Like you lost radio connection.
I think it was Next Gen when I was watching it. I noticed there was like a scientist, maybe it was even Data, but like a table strewn with what we would call iPads now, but like instead of one, it's like, so you still have notebooks. They're just electronic, just a bunch of them.
You have to throw them out when you filled them up.
Yeah, exactly.
They were on an away mission and they're creeping along the side, or maybe it was in the movie, but they're on an alien planet and there's a water spigot outside. I'm like, all right, so gardening hose technology has not advanced.
Oh, a question I still had about this was when they were back at the with the Klingon reviewing the footage of Star Trek 3 again in universe. What is filming this Enterprise being blown up?
Who took those photos?
Yeah. There's always a crew. They go out with the Klingons. They're very big on war journals. Yeah. That's their only media and
they
from the front
adhere
lines.
to the documentarian law of not getting involved.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. And then like at the end of the travel back in time, there's just the shot of like the pussy willows in the swamp, and then the fire sky. Just
that's what I mean.
artistic.
Just so meta. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very philosophical.
Yeah. So they arrive in 1986. They cloak so that they can't be spotted by, satellite, radar.
And eyeballs.
Yeah.
Something the Enterprise can't do.
Yes. Yeah, there are no
there's no Enterprise in this movie except for the
very end. We get
and the battleship though.
Yeah, the battleship Enterprise.
Which honestly, fucking rad. So cool.
So rad. Yeah. I mean,
one of my favorite moments. And sir, it's the Enterprise. I was like, that actually makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Chekhov's giddy about it.
Yeah.
Well, because the
one
Enterprise,
of the few moments Walter Koenig's ever been endearing.
The Enterprise was the flagship of the fleet too. It is the fucking greatest battleship, or not battleship. What do they call
aircraft
carrier?
Aircraft carrier.
Like at its time, it's cool and still one of the biggest.
It's a battleship. I don't know if you can be both, but it's got the cannons and turrets and all.
I think it's a carrier, right? The Enterprise was the big
I'm sure it's a
Vietnam
carrier,
but it's like the head of the group, also, which is crazy. It's neat.
So Sulu they get a whale song coming from San Francisco, so that's where they go. They land in Golden Gate Park.
And that's where Kirk tells them to land.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Kirk is so good at being captain at this point. He's like, okay, so here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Land in Golden Gate Park, gives a speech, prepare for landing. Like, he has this shit timed. So obviously it's a movie and they're writing it. But like, in my mind, I'm like, Kirk is so he's like Captain America in Endgame, where Rocket goes, he's really good at that, man. Wow.
Right.
Like years and years of experience.
Yeah.
And you get to see him be a leader and captain in non-militaristic ways, like he's telling his crew to like blend in, like you guys are standing out and
no clumping.
Like, here's money, everybody gets some money, and he's talking to different little facets of the mission at all times.
He is the cultured one.
Yeah.
Because
he's getting to be a captain, like you said.
Yeah.
Well, it's always been strategy and military, but now he's your leader. Like you're in a weird place.
You're undercover. You're undercover.
That's
basically.
I think what I like the most about this movie is it feels the most like Star Trek in the sense that it highlights the non-militaristic Federation.
Right.
Because up until now today, still all of our science that's done on the bleeding edge is supported by the military, supported by the Navy, supported by now Space Force, the Air Force, NASA. They're all military adjacent kind of things. They're all serving the idea of big stick, Yeah. But the Federation is like, no. We already fought like 3 nuclear wars, and we had like the eugenics wars. And if we try to get big stick,
the Cola Wars,
we're going to get into an interplanetary war. But this does a really good job of showing what that looks like without it being ham-fisted or like over the top. Like, we could not be doing military stuff. Look at how great it is. Look how peaceful it is. It's like, no, this shit's still complicated. Kirk is like, oh, it's convenient. This is great. This will be an easy mission.
Yeah. Well, and this is this is kind of the most like an episode of Star Trek of any of the movies up to this point, anyways.
Roger Ebert said that, yeah.
Yeah, and that like they go down and interact with a society of which they are not a part of.
And there was a James C. Kirk that would have just been like, blow it up. Let's just figure out a way to blow it up.
Mm-hmm. But
not only does he not just defer to his science officer, he's involved in the science and logic of figuring this problem out. Like, right, it was Kirk's idea to like, what does this sound like underwater? Since it's not like he was the one that came up with the idea that it's pointed at the ocean. It's not the ocean being depleted is not a side effect of whatever else it's doing.
Yeah.
It's just he's a more mature Kirk as opposed to like in Wrath of Khan where he just feels old. Instead of now he's Admiral Kirk finally.
Yeah.
And
Does that make sense?
The writing reflects those characters in the earlier movies also in ways that the earlier movies didn't reflect the character development of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
This really shows like Kirk, man, he fucking fumbled the ball and lost a kid in those last two movies.
Because he's always shoot first, which we've talked about that. This solution is a Picard solution. This would have been the top of Picard's list. What can we do to solve the problem that created the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Kirk, like I said, there was a James C. Kirk that would have been like, just destroy it. We're sneaking up behind it. We still have weapons.
Jude asked what kind of time travel there was in Star Trek. Like, is there like how does it work in Star Trek? Like as opposed to like how it works like in Marvel. Like are there timelines? Yeah. Is it like a loop? Like how does it work? And I had to like it's essentially a loop. It's a closed loop in that whatever they do has already happened and it forever will have already have happened.
Right. So it's the Hulk, the way the Hulk Banner explains it in Marvel, where that becomes your present. It's not necessarily the past anymore. So they're not saying that like, oh, they're going to be my glasses again because that's the way history was written. It's like, no, this is a part of the history that got it in the first place.
It's that self-determinative thing. We see it in Next Gen with the Mark Twain episode because Data's head travels the long way through time.
Yep, which was beautifully
underground.
Which was beautifully parodied by Futurama with Bender.
Yeah, that's you go the long way. You know, like I'll just wait here. I hate you guys anyways. It's that self-determinative thing is really neat, and it's very constrained by physics instead of the like fantastical like alternate time. The Kelvin timeline thing kind of breaks that, obviously. JJ,
sure,
but the idea that like you're not changing the history of someone else's present.
Yeah,
your new present has changed your history.
Yeah, yes,
those glasses will still be gifted to you. They've just now taken a different route. It's not that you've changed the future because it's not the past anymore to you. It's the future. I like it. It's uncomplicated in this movie, which is so well done.
Yes, and they breeze past the finer points for the sake of a fun movie.
Yeah,
Just even Scotty, like maybe this is the guy that invented it.
Yeah.
Well, and this I just watched Endgame the other day, and we do superheroes, so it follows. But it's got the perfect, like you said, that like that conversation with the Hulk, and like, well, no, your future becomes, or your past becomes your future. That whole like you are the connecting thing through all of that stuff. This movie is the alternative to that. Like you can either get really mucked up in the meta and be like, time travel's crazy. Here's why. Don't do this. Don't do that. Here are the rules. Or you can just go, time traveled. We did it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the benefit from having been a TV show.
Yeah.
Because you have, 52 minutes or so, whatever an hour program actually is, 40 something now. But yeah, that's where that episodic thing comes in, where like we don't have the time to explain to people. So we're back in time now.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. and they did a good job of constructing the stakes to be big enough, because it's not like they're like, oh shit, we need to go get those whales because whales went extinct. Whoops. They're like, no, because this thing is going to boil off the oceans and kill everything because the whales aren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
We should go get some whales.
Yeah.
Time
This
travel,
is the
let's do it.
This is the fourth and final time that this crew does time travel.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
There were 3 original Star Trek episodes involving time travel.
The gate, right? There's the gateway.
Yeah, I swear it was called The Guardian or something like that, but
they just did the crossover thing, right?
They did the gate, and there were like 2 other episodes that didn't involve the gate.
Yeah.
Time travel's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You built a time machine out of a DeLorean.
Yeah. Well,
Michael
and they
J. Fox
didn't.
said it.
It's the 80s, and they didn't use a black hole, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that
Just, like,
solar
shot around the
sail.
sun.
The solar sail thing
yeah.
is a fascinating thing for them to include, because that's early days on that kind of thinking.
Mhm.
You know, they're like, that's big, like interplanetary society, like kind of conversations of the time. It's just neat to see that too in the movie.
Yeah.
This is a very science Star Trek. Like, in love with science. It's not doing anything scientific. It just loves that science is happening.
The problem solving is all scientific as opposed to, like I said, military.
Yeah. Well,
usually it's just like blow the Klingons out of the water.
and additionally, since they can't their dilithium is depleted, in order to replete the dilithium, they have to go collect photons from radioactive material on a nuclear vessel.
And we get the third away mission is gamble with material science and the future of technology on Earth.
Yeah.
Create transparent aluminum.
Yeah.
In order to pay for a 60-foot sheet of fucking 6-inch plexiglass.
Yeah.
Then, like Scotty says, how do we not know that this is the guy that invented that?
Right? Oh, God, I
like,
love
how do you know we're
bravado.
affecting anything? Maybe this.
Yeah,
I like that principle of.
And also,
travel.
as far as I can tell, as in Star Trek time travel, anything they do is fine because it all just fits together like a puzzle. So it's gonna be what it already is, whatever it was gonna be.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just fun to. It's fun to put their problem solving into practical terms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the lithium crystals are totally made up, but but here's what we would have done if we had to then.
It's what was so interesting about the scene with the transparent aluminum to me was the fact that Scotty was so good with the keyboard. Something he never uses because it's how quaint.
Oh man, he's like a robot. It's like, wow, he can QWERTY type real quick.
Apparently
there's no machine that he can't.
Yeah. Apparently still using QWERTY in the 23rd century.
I do like in today's world, I think we finally crossed that line where you can talk to your computer and it does a lot for you. But him talking into his mouse.
But yeah, like you said, but he's still used to that analog technology that, you know, the only thing that stood out to him was the cord probably. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's still in it, like to hold it like a CB radio and talk into it. That's still in the 23rd century. That's still jives.
Okay. They head out into the city. They split up, or Kirk sells his glasses, hands out the money. They split up to do their different missions. Kirk and Spock have to get the whales. Scotty, McCoy, and Sulu have to get away to construct the tank. Uhura and Chekhov have to go find the nuclear reactor. Jude's reaction to Uhura and Chekhov was like, these guys are the worst at the job they've been given.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given it to the two.
Yeah, that's a Kirk and Bones job. Can you guys go do this really fast? The two white guys.
A white man in a lab coat walking briskly can get into anywhere.
Anywhere. Hold a clipboard. You're good.
Yep. Just walk briskly like you're in a hurry.
Uhura looks like she's dressed at to run the carnival. Also, those uniforms in the 20th century are insane.
Yeah.
So
she's in uniform.
The cop just like, okay, you're a Russian. I'm clocking that, and you're with an African American woman. Like, this is all suspicious.
And just staring at them while they continue to ask like everybody around them.
Yeah.
And they say to that woman, like, we're looking for the nuclear vessels in Alameda. I don't know where that is, but it might be across the bay in Alameda.
Yeah.
It's like, I said Alameda.
Yeah, no. That apparently
sarcasm.
That apparently was not an extra that they hired. It was actually just a woman who happened to get onto the sidewalk.
Wow.
Awesome.
According to an old documentary I watched a long time ago. I imagine they had to quickly run her down and have her sign a waiver to be in the film.
Yeah, if you speak.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Kirk sees an ad on the bus for the Cetacean Institute in Sausalito, which has 2 humpback whales named George and Gracie.
In captivity.
What do they mean exact change?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does
the money thing is the funniest part.
Yeah.
It really now too.
Well, and what's funny is apparently, so Spock and Kirk can't get back. There's not a bus back, or they're unable to pay for the bus back, probably because they had to split $100 up between them all, which left them with probably just enough for entry into the Cetacean Institute and the tour.
Yeah. He took the least amount, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He can't even afford an ice cold Michelob.
Yes. Hey, in 1986, Michelob was considered a good beer. It's what my dad,
it was fancy.
It was it was when my dad decided to get fancy and stop drinking the Coors. He would get the Michelob in the brown bottle that was shaped like a lava
with
lamp.
the gold foil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dude in the materials office at the plastic factory, he's got Michelob's in there with his Diet Coke.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Michelob had some product placement here.
But I just love that. Like back when just booze was in your office.
Yeah, it's just going to be in your fridge. It's fine. It's not like it's hard. It's just a beer.
Work would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Most jobs don't require stone cold sobriety.
They really don't.
Right.
So Scotty, McCoy, and Sulu have to find the tank. They see an ad for the Yellow Pages. Pre-internet. Even 20 years later, they would have been able to use a computer to find it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
In the Star Trek timeline, though, we're already in the eugenic wars, right?
That's true. That's true.
Now.
Those started in the 90s.
Yeah. So immediately after they got these whales, something happened.
Someone was building Ricardo Montalban from scratch.
Khan was already getting ready in 1986 somewhere.
You know what's probably a primary ingredient is probably transparent aluminum in the cloning process.
That's all they needed was the transparent.
It's all actually
that was
Scotty's fault. The whole thing is Scotty's fault.
Only we had a clear aluminum case we could keep them in.
On the bus ride to Sausalito, Kirk and Spock have a run-in with a punk. They talk about swearing. Then when they arrive at the Cetacean Institute, they're given a tour.
The punk was in Picard. So they go back in like the 20 teens and maybe is it the 20 teens? Al, you watched all that, right?
Yeah.
And they brought their super cool Mexican captain with them, who in the future, he's not from Mexico, he's from Earth, but he's got an accent and he like smokes cigars and stuff, and he gets taken in by ICE. But the guy with the boombox is on the bus with them at one point. And they have like a conversation, and he is at that point just an old punk.
That's right.
He's like one of us, basically, where it's like, oh, this is what happens to that guy who rides around the bus with the boom boxes. Now he quietly listens to his music on the bus.
He's a producer.
He was a producer. His name is Kirk Thatcher, and he is a producer on this. He worked for ILM for a while, and After this,
who wouldn't want to play a punk in a movie, especially at that time?
Seriously, especially Star Trek too, as like a flag post in time.
After this, he became a writer for a bunch of like Muppet stuff. He did a voice on Inside Out 2.
Really?
Yeah. He also did a cameo as punk rock guy in Spider-Man Homecoming.
No shit. That's cool.
That is cool. He's got a thing going.
Yeah. He also recently has been a writer on MST3K.
Ooh, another legit cred there.
Yeah.
It would have been fun if this bus turned into a speed situation. Kirk and Spock.
Kirk's just like, how fast is a mile per hour? What does this mean?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pop quiz, hot shot. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. While they're at the Cetacean Institute, getting the tour, Dr. Jillian Taylor, is very sad that they're going to have to release the whales. She talks about whaling. Spock jumps into the tank to mind meld with the whales.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Like,
I just want to point out those two old ladies. Obviously, they're disturbed by the whaling video, the murder of whales, but they maintain that expression and attitude as if they had just found out about whales.
Like, this is the first time they've heard that whales are a thing.
They're hearing of this enormous beast.
I love I think maybe he's trying to talk to that man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great line. It reminds you of like Live and Let Die or something, just the yokel extras.
Yeah.
I love that they want us to believe that they've kept two humpbacks in captivity.
Yeah.
God, for real.
In that little tiny pool.
No.
Yeah.
But when we get a shot of a reverse angle of the pool, it seems to also just be connected to the ocean.
Right. Like, which is the most you could do for an animal that size, is just sort of build piers kind of around and hope it comes into the... we don't have them in captivity.
Yeah, I will say it's kind of a bummer that we didn't get we could do it better today with today's technology, but the scale. Humpback whale.
Yeah, that's
impressive
true.
In real life.
They didn't quite.
Yeah, they could only do so
We got
much.
a little at the end, but yeah, we needed some like full bore. We're going to spend a third of the budget of this movie on making a whale that's 300 feet long kind of thing. Not 300.
No, they had
20 or something.
They had to spend a third of the budget of the movie on Nimoy and Shatner.
Yeah.
And Chekhov, that dude, such a prima donna.
Yeah.
I'm sure every time, just from Wrath of Khan, I need to be featured somehow.
It looks like that's his jacket also.
Yeah. I totally believe that's George Takei's leather cape.
100%. 100%.
Why does he wear a cape? He doesn't follow the trends.
Spock jumps into the tank. He mind melds. Jillian comes and confronts them, kicks him out. We discover Gracie is pregnant. Jillian doesn't know how he knew that. Later in the day, she talks to her coworker Bob about how the whales are going to be released. Bob sucks.
Yeah. I don't know where Bob's coming from.
He's no Madeline.
No. Madeline
Bob's
was
that
in...
like middle management fundraiser guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just trying to keep the lights on at the Cetacean.
I was going to say,
museum.
or the like principal at a school, just like, now I'm only into pragmatic bottom line problems. I've been doing this so long.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to care about whales, but who has time to care about whales as a marine biologist?
He's also trying to holler at the marine biologists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's always that.
Well,
everything in the 80s.
He's got a real like, listen, we don't know if they're smart, little lady, kind of.
Yeah, we don't even know if they're that intelligent.
When he says that, I howled at the screen, just like, why did you say that at your museum about whales? You know, they're probably pretty fucking dumb. We ought to just have like a pig museum. You know what I'm saying?
Like the 80s were literally us watching the boomers realize shit. We didn't know it at the time, but you know, it's just like, as far as culturally, like, you know, animals have feelings.
It was like, really? Huh?
That's not crazy. An old concept. That's fairly new. Weird. We don't even know if they're intelligent. Well, who cares? Yeah. Don't kill them.
Like, hey,
you got to be smart to not die.
Yeah, it's like fucking dogs or horses. I hate those things too, man. I got to try to get my dog to write a book. Fuck. Like,
right.
Oh yeah. Really. Also, yeah. Hey, did you realize that hitting your kids makes them mad?
Yeah.
Like shit.
Yeah, you're just training your opponent.
Yeah, seriously. They're just sending them on a revenge arc over the rest of their life.
Yeah. I mean, the first time you were bullied, that doesn't escape your. But yeah, you're just training. Your opponent.
So driving back into the city, Jillian comes across Kirk and Spock walking, gives them a ride in her blue pickup truck. Kirk tells her that they can take the whales somewhere where they'll be safe forever.
This is Bob's fault.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because Bob could have had this in the bag. Like, so what happened? He didn't ask her, so what happened? She didn't get to go, a man swam with the whales. It was very weird.
Well, he walks up. He's like, I heard it was like, yeah, it's still casual. The way he approaches it. So there was some excitement or whatever.
She now has a new enemy, which is Bob. And she's like, you know what? Those weird guys were probably just fine.
Yeah.
At least they didn't think the whales were dumb.
Yeah.
You know? And I understand releasing them back in the wild, but at the same time, it's like, what else are you going to put in your humpback tank?
Right. No, they just empty the tank. They empty the tank. It's like
a skateboarding rink.
Be like, you spent so much money on this and you're just going to empty the water out?
Yeah, you made it enormous enough for one particular species.
You spent all this money and now you're just like dumping it.
Throw a sunfish in there or something. Why are you getting rid of the whales?
Yeah, stick in a clownfish. Just
funding.
Something.
I know it's funding.
Yeah.
You know.
But okay.
Not enough whale money going around. Whale Street, starring Michael Douglas.
Jillian is skeptical about Kirk and Spock, but agrees to have dinner with Kirk to discuss it. Meanwhile, Scotty and McCoy trade the formula of transparent aluminum for the materials needed for the whale tank. To this day, when I sit down and turn on my computer, and if it does something it's not supposed to, I say, hello, computer.
Hello, computer. That was the best pairing.
Yeah.
Scotty and McCoy.
Yeah.
Their adventure was the most fun.
They were great together. McCoy really got to shine in this movie in ways he didn't really have a whole lot to do in the last couple.
Is it just me, or did he play this character like he, instead of being a Vulcan, he like lived in a woman's body? Is that wild to say?
Yeah, he
like
kind of did. Like it was all
like you'd think he'd be like, hey, that doesn't seem logical, but he's like, you know, I'm pretty sensitive about this topic and I think we should talk about it. Like, what the fuck, Bones?
Yeah, he kind of did. Like, so like I have a point of view I never had before. I know what it's like to have a Vulcan menses.
Yeah. He's like,
he's watching Spock become Spock instead of just a fellow Starfleet officer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to watch him grow.
It's like watching himself
him a little more.
Grow up
it's like,
as a young boy.
He's like, and Spock's in the cradle in the silver spoon.
Sunrise, sunset. And there's 3 on Vulcan.
When I was 73.
It was a very good year.
Let's not forget, canonically, McCoy lives another 100+ years to make it to the next gen era.
He's in the next gen, yeah.
I mean, you know, modern science, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, when he gives that lady the pill to grow her kidney back, what if you accidentally took that pill?
And you just get a third kidney?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Scotty also made it to the next gen, but like
that was a transporter.
Yeah.
That's right.
He had to like stuck. Be in suspended animation.
He put himself
in
call
that, but
suspended animation in transporter.
He's how we got 2 number 2s, right? 2 Frakes.
Well, I mean, it wasn't
with
Scotty.
that same getting, but you get stuck in the buffer.
Yeah,
it's the teleportation buffer.
Exactly.
Scam.
Exactly.
Where you can, if you time it right, you get an extra Frakes.
Yeah.
Without
who you can tell. Okay, so because he became evil, Thomas Riker was evil, and when he was when he was pretending to be good Riker, he put on fake sideburns to connect his goatee to his hair, and then when he had to stop, he just pulled them off. It's like, ha ha, it's me.
That's so old school Star Trek.
Some of the best shit ever is the Thomas Riker. Like, why are we doing this? Like,
was Thomas Riker evil
in the
briefly.
Voyager episode? He was in Voyager, and he was evil. Well, I mean, he was evil, but then he went off to be on his own. But then he was he was actually evil in Voyager.
What's that
That's
group?
Did the sideburns?
What's the like terrorist group in
the
Deep
Maquis?
Space Nine? He's a Maquis agent. That's when he becomes like super bad, but and then but he's not bad. They like recruit him when he's evil, and then he becomes
Hail Hydra.
You know, like complicated because the Maquis are complicated.
And then somehow he gets to the Delta Quadrant and hangs out with Voyager with his fake sideburns.
You know what I'm pissed about though? I'm so upset that we didn't get 2 trombones. That's all I want.
Oh, trombones!
I want
a
dueling Riker trombone jazz solo.
Trombone's evil enough.
So all right.
It was invented by a trumpet player who didn't like people standing too close to him. Ow.
So then Sulu makes friends with a helicopter pilot.
Is
like, you like my cape, don't you?
You want to know why this is called a cockpit? Let me sit in your lap and steer.
But somehow, whatever he did was enough. Was enough to get that dude to lend him the Huey.
Yeah, it's decommissioned, but that's a military grade helicopter.
So Jillian drops Spock off at the park. She and Kirk go to dinner. Kirk tells her about his mission, asks for the tracking frequency for the whales when they're going to be released. She says no. She thinks he's crazy. But, I'm not from outer space. I just work there.
So we all know that we all assume that Sulu seduced his way into this OH-58, right?
Yeah.
I don't actually think.
What's the PG version?
I don't know.
What's the PG conversation? Did he tell him, "Hey, we got to steal we're trying to take whales to the future because everybody seems to be moving fast and loose with it"? Did he teach him about like a maneuver?
Maybe stun him.
Or did he stun him?
Yeah, I mean that's the only
he stunned him with his fashion.
That's the only non-seduction scenario I see as he knocked him out.
Or he told him the whole thing, because they're just spilling the fucking beans left and right. This whole crew is like, they don't give a shit about the rules of time travel.
No.
Well, and nobody believes in UFOs like Air Force or like fighter pilots and just pilots.
Yeah.
They'll talk.
So, in the restaurant, after Kirk learns the whales are going to be taken out to the wild the next day at noon, he says they have to go. They don't get to eat their pizza. They got to take it to go. My unanswered question, has Spock... Okay, because I assume Italian cuisine still exists because there's still French cuisine. Picard he has a winery.
Replicators, anything.
I assume they're aware of pizza. They're aware of Italian food. Does Spock actually... Has he actually tried Italian food and dislikes it? Or is he just saying no because he doesn't know what it is and is a little picky and doesn't want to try something new?
Is it not spicy enough for him?
What is Vulcan food like? Is Vulcan food spicy?
I was going to say maybe he knows the acidity is not good for his Vulcan stomachs.
I don't know if he's gotten there with his relearning the stuff he knew.
He didn't get to the food category and Who Wants to Be a Vulcan Millionaire yet.
Well, and he doesn't really have opinions on stuff because
the Dorito, the Cool Ranch factor.
Yeah. Well, because how do you feel? I don't know. The question's irrelevant. Like he can't even say I'm fine. It's all good. Everything's fine.
Or just
do you like this? No.
Enjoying
do you not like it? No. Would you eat
the
it?
ritual
Yes.
of it? Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
just doesn't get that. Like I eat to poop, man, just like everyone.
Yeah. She asked the wrong question. Do you like Italian? Will you eat Italian? Yes.
Yeah.
I
If
feel
we
like
can talk first.
I feel like as a youth, when someone said, "Do you like such and such?" I said no a lot because I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Instead of I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly. I would just say no. I don't like it. So they meanwhile, Uhura and Chekhov beam aboard the non-Starship Enterprise, the aircraft carrier Enterprise, and start collecting the photons. Jillian drops Kirk off in the park. He tells her that if she changes her mind about helping them, she can find him there. Uhura and Chekhov collect the photons from the nuclear reactor.
She sees that he disappeared.
Yeah.
I wish he was just behind a tree.
Yeah.
I teleported.
Uhura gets beamed out. Chekhov gets captured and interrogated as a Soviet spy. He tries to escape. There's a whole little chase sequence, and he falls and gets injured and knocked unconscious. It's a head injury, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. In a coma or whatever.
A non-bleeding head injury.
But an internal bleeding head injury.
They said a hematoma because they were going to do the old drill the hole.
In the
they
head.
still do that.
Not good. Hematomas are never good. In the head is especially bad.
I do like that the drilling a hole in his head's not the answer. This was the most refreshing moment of the time travel being like, hey, no. You just need to heal the thing inside his head from outside.
Yeah.
We're barely 100 years away from leeches.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is. And this was 40 years ago. We actually have medically advanced a lot since then still.
But they still will relieve pressure this way because hematoma is a collection of water.
Mm-hmm. So
fluids.
I collect them in the thigh pad personally.
That's where they're processed.
Early the next morning, Jillian arrives at work, parks in the red zone in a bus stop.
Because she's had enough of it.
There's nothing crazy. She's just arriving at work for the day. That's where she's gonna park.
She's like, I'm Thelma and Louise. Get the fuck off.
She's like, this is I don't care. This used to be my parking spot, and they put a bus stop here. Screw you guys. I'm still gonna park here.
People don't need to visit this place.
She hears that she goes inside. The whales have already been released. They've drained the tanks. Bob's like, you're feminine. Your girl emotions were going to be too much, so I did it overnight so that you didn't have to see
your life's work.
Yeah. So she slaps Bob, who really had it coming.
Yeah, she slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah, she slaps him good.
That's Star Trek. Man, we're gonna get you.
Yeah. She goes to Kirk for assistance in the park. She sees Sulu in his sex copter lowering the plexiglass into the invisible spaceship.
The sex copter. I just want to say, if you're going to radio tag the whales, and just let them out. Let them out.
Right. Why are they taking him to Alaska? Just let him go into the bay.
Why are you flying a whale anywhere? It's like when you see a horse being driven. Why?
She gets beamed aboard the ship. She tells Kirk what's going on. But Kirk says, we can't get the whales yet. We've got to rescue Chekhov from the hospital. Time for one more round of hijinks.
Chekhov's Chekhov.
That's right. So he's scheduled for surgery. They dress up as doctors.
Which I just loved. They looked great. And I love that he just looked like TJ Hooker.
Yes, he did.
I almost said TJI Hooker.
TGI Hooker. Thank God
Thank God it's the spin-off.
Thank God it's Hooker. So they sneak into the surgery room, the operating room, while along the way McCoy helps the lady grow another kidney.
Dialysis. Yeah. Fucking hilarious, man, because dialysis is terrible on the body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just his brutal. Leeches.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that Kirk doesn't even have his mask up in the OR. Yeah. He just gives no fuck all the time. It's like, I don't have germs.
Their post-germ theory, they're like, you don't have a thing that eradicates the germs the moment they leave your body?
Well, it's not only that, it's that like they don't have to cut anything. So they don't have to worry about germs infecting a wound because they're not going to create a wound.
Because it's just
except in his skull.
Yeah.
Is technology, is it like teleportation medical technology? Is that how they do it?
I mean, I don't nano?
Yeah, magic, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
or they've hacked the immune system. They've found a way, either genetically or, like Thoreau said, nano.
Nano.
You know, nano. You got your gammas and your nanos.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're muted.
Hypo.
Hypo.
Hypo sprays.
Hypo. Yeah,
Hypo. That's right. Yeah, there's no actual injection point. It just
needles. It
goes
just
in.
Just hypos in.
It's like a tiny little transporter. It just boom.
It just hypos in.
It hypos. Yeah.
It's got the gamma cosmic nano.
So yeah, they lock the doctors up. The one doctor, for a split second, I really thought it was Bob Balaban. I think in my memory it was, but I mean, he wasn't.
I thought that too when I saw him. I love that he locks the door with his
the phaser. Yeah,
the phaser, just by zapping the lock. It's like he put super glue and like a toothpick in it.
The doctor sounds so like how dare he? He melted the lock. Like
he melted the. Can you
dare he? So they get beamed back to the ship. They don't get beamed back into the ship. They get beamed out of the elevator next to the ship.
I love the way she just jumps on him. Like, how do you know if there's not going to be like a Brundlefly situation?
Yeah,
she knows melded together in a disgusting melange.
She's really making some assumptions. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, they're going to leave her behind. They say she can't come, but she grabs onto Kirk and gets beamed aboard with him. They take off, fly to Alaska, where they save the whales from whalers.
Yeah, whoever dropped the whales off was like, peace, I'm just a whale transporter. And then within hours, dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
hours
Did
later.
they like Halo drop them just from the plane? Like, we're just going to turn and open the door.
There's a lot of humpback mechanics that are very confusing to me in this.
or did they land somewhere and get them into a truck? You know, like
into Juneau.
The plane implies that they dropped the whales again. Whales on a fucking plane.
Yeah.
It's a big ass
whales
plane.
on a plane. That's worse than snakes on a plane.
Snakes on
two of them.
Nowhere to move.
I'm sick of these motherfucking whales.
I didn't even consider any of these things until just now. That is such a fucking huge plane, and all of that water.
She says a special modified 7 something.
Yeah, it's like it's so much easier. You're right next to the ocean. Just let
him out.
Yeah, just let him out. Holy shit.
It's like I nursed this prairie dog back to health, so now I'm going to drive it to Colorado. It doesn't know.
That's like when a fly or a bee get stuck in your car, and you drive like 100 miles and let them out. They're like, where the fuck am I? So they stop the whalers. They beam the whales aboard. I had the question, is this the biggest thing that anyone in Star Trek has ever beamed? Has Scotty like now set a record for the most amount of thing beamed?
I think,
but he also calculated the amount of water as well.
Yeah, including the water. The most stuff beamed.
That's
beamed
that's
portions
gotta be
of
a
ships,
fine
though.
Tuning calculation.
Haven't they like beamed huge chunks of ship?
Maybe in later.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, and later stuff.
Yeah,
the volume of that water is.
There's a lot.
Imagine the fine tuning, because he got an exact amount. It wasn't just and then all the water around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to get the exact amount of water to fit in the tanks exactly.
To beam up.
Yeah.
The particles to be evaporated and reassembled.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the Kelvin Star Trek thing, was the I have to get you while you're moving scene where Scotty's like, it's way more complicated than you guys know. Shut the hell up and let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. So they travel back in time. Spock is becoming more human. I'm going to make a guess. All that's minor character work they're doing with Spock.
No, but it is interesting that the two human qualities that they're trying to get him to learn are lying and guessing. So very human.
They arrive back on Earth. They lose power because of the probe and crash land in the San Francisco Bay. The whales
have some rice-a-roni.
Yeah. The whales are trapped below deck. Kirk swims down to release the hatch. Once released, the whales swim out and respond to the probe signal. This was an extended sequence of the probe and the whales talking to each other.
Honestly, I think it was cool though. It seemed important.
Yeah,
whatever they had to say to each other.
They had
because
to.
it went on so long.
Yeah.
If it had been shorter, it would have been like, what the fuck were they doing? Like, hey, good to see you. All right, well.
And
later.
if we could hear it, it would have been like, I got a call from this number.
No, the
was
probe
my
is like, we've been
mistake.
trying to contact you about your car's
Car
extended warranty. So yeah, the whales are like, we're cool, man. So the probe goes away. Oh, and by the way, you're destroying all life around you. The probe's like, shit, really?
Whoa, I had no idea.
My bad.
Remember, kids, don't communicate with the probe, because then the probe wins.
That's right.
Just get probed and
so
let it be over.
They end their adventure with a pool party, just frolicking in the water.
Beach blanket bingo.
Spock smiling?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, because obviously, like Nimoy broke character is what happened. But later on, the crew is on trial in front of the Federation Council. It says because you saved all life on Earth, we're gonna drop most of the charges.
We're keeping the drunk and disorderly and the resisting without violence.
You're gonna have to
plea those out.
You're gonna have to pay a fine and do 10 hours of community service. Yeah. So, you're gonna have to take a class.
Yeah, diversion.
Yeah. The one they don't drop is Kirk disobeying a direct order from a superior officer. He gets demoted to the rank of captain. He's like, so finally, Jillian, we get to maybe go fuck. And she's like, no. I'm heading off on a science vessel. Thanks for the ride to the future. I'll see you later.
Yep. See you later.
So,
only one kind of humpbacks for me.
Does Cetacean Ops start here?
She's going on a space. She's going out into space.
Do you guys know about Cetacean Ops, Al? You know about Cetacean Ops. There's a level on the next gen Enterprise.
Oh,
where they have dolphins.
That's right.
And
it's the dolphins who run engineering.
on lower decks. That's right.
Yeah,
And
they
Hollywood.
highlighted in lower decks. But that existed in Next Gen. So I wonder if this is the origins of that department. Is we finally got a whale doctor from the past.
Let's see if she can talk to these fuckers. Yeah. The Spock says has a few words with his dad, tells him to tell his mom that he's feeling fine. The crew head to their new ship, which they discover is the new USS Enterprise NCC 1701-A. Kirk says, "We're home. Everything's cool. Roll credits."
At some point during that trip, was it Sulu? He says, I'm counting on the Excelsior.
Mm.
And he ends up being captain of the Excelsior.
Yeah. But by the time he's captain of it, I feel like the Excelsior's old.
But they were trying to do, that was their other project. That was the original other spinoff.
That was Star Trek 3, right? The beginning?
Yeah, with the Excelsior.
With the Excelsior and the transwarp.
But
weren't they going to have a Sulu?
They were going to have a Sulu-led show. This was post-Next Gen. They were going to do a spin-off with Sulu as the captain of the Excelsior.
It was after Next Gen? I thought that was like around the same time.
This is right not
before
after
that
Next
started. Gen,
but early in the run of Next Gen. It was after Next Gen had already premiered and was airing.
Right, because Next Gen came out around this time, right?
2 years later. Because of this, they had just because of Shatner and Nimoy's fees. They decided
rat beef.
Yeah, they decided. Yeah, their East Coast West Coast rat beef. They decided that they needed a cheaper crew, and so they started a new show. And thus,
the new class of starship has a lot to do with the next movie too.
Yeah,
that it's bigger, badder, faster.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's Voyage Home. I think it really holds up. Maybe better than any of the ones we've seen so far.
Yeah, I like it a lot more than I remembered. I never remembered not liking it, but for some reason I hadn't seen it as much.
I remembered thinking it was my favorite, and I was so glad that I enjoyed it as much as I did.
Me too. Like, it was always kind of like my kid favorite one of them. Because like Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock I liked a lot as a kid, but this was the funny one where they have fun.
The fun one,
yeah.
The Crocodile Dundee one.
Yeah.
This feels modern.
Yeah, modern in a way that 2 and 3 don't necessarily.
This was the first Star Trek movie where no one died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if anyone dies in 5. We'll see next week. But definitely someone dies in 6.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But no one dies on screen on this.
And definitely someone dies in Generations.
Peaceful movie.
Yeah, really good. I'm not even going to bother. I assume we're up all the way around.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You know it.
So, all right. That is it for Star Trek 4 Voyage Home. Any final thoughts? Unanswered questions?
No.
No.
Yeah.
The hell, I can't think of any.
Still the unanswered question, like the probe intentions and purposely mysterious.
Yeah.
They tried to put in subtitles for the probe, but Nimoy decided no, we can't. It's like we need some mystery.
Yeah, that's for the best. That's definitely for
well,
the best.
And if you start to develop it too much, you create a character, and then you have to worry about what the audience thinks of the character.
Exactly.
So it is better to, like maybe it is just following a signal it heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quick point to make. They did not repopulate the species. Those 2 whales and whatever whale is inside Gracie is not a viable number of the population in order to create.
Oh,
not at all.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it goes. Yeah. Need more than 2.
Yeah. So, just a brief note. So that's it. All right. Great movie. Holds up. Which means that next time on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are going to be watching Star Trek V, the
Final Frontier.
The Final Frontier. I always have to pause and remember which one's Undiscovered Country and which one's Final Frontier.
Yeah, because there were more movies after Final.
Yeah.
But we'll see that movie, that title doesn't mean that exactly.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't mean the final movie.
No, it does not. So that's next time on Harmless Phosphorescence. Until then, this has been your host, Thoreau Smiley, reminding you that I love Italian, and so do you.
Hey, I'm everybody's favorite Italian, Josh Cece, and I'm here to collect the whale money.
I'm Brian Lesh, and remember, no one pays attention to you unless you swear every other word.
Fuck. It's a miracle these people ever got out of the 20th century. I'm Alaric fucking Weber.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
You have our attention now.
Where'd you get a flamethrower?
Woo! We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.